Ladies and gentlemen, I am your Planetary Defense Commander, Star-Lord New Thor 7 the T, and with less than a day to my 9-year THORnews anniversary, I've only got $438 left to raise in my monthly November 2021 fundraiser because y'all are so awesome. Thank you to Sean and Xtina, Darlene, and everybody in Asteroid Fight Club. Okay, now let's get to the bad news because as Planetary Defense Commander, a lot of times the news is bad, especially in 2021. The volcano situation in the Canary Islands, La Palma, the activity continues, and I think now we've got the lava into the ocean, and, just overall, that situation has been pretty bad since it started over 2 months ago. Tension is escalating everywhere. It seems like a few days away from Thanksgiving, there's a very bah humbug spirit going on, and yes, we've been in a pandemic for almost 2 years, so it's almost like, for lack of a better term, everybody on the planet is PMSing at the exact same time, and we've never had that happen before, so the next few months are going to be interesting. Anyhow, GoDaddy hack causes data breach affecting 1.2 million customers. You've got major unrest spreading across Europe as the coronavirus spreads across Europe. In some parts, like Germany, it's the worst situation it's ever been dealing with the virus. And so a lot of different countries are taking different measures. Here you see, like some countries have gone into lockdown, partial lockdown, restrictions for unvaccinated, mandatory teleworking, COVID pass certificate, mask mandate, and other restrictions. It is happening across all of Europe as the virus continues to spread. I've been talking about Germany since the 11th because their data has just been scary. And today, one of the German chancellors came out and said that Germans will either be vaccinated, cured, or dead by the end of the winter, the minister said. I'm predicting we would see a rise in cases in the United States, especially during the dark winter, especially in northern states. We are starting to see that now as well, although I don't think there's any chance we are going to lock down in the United States this winter. Hey, in neutral news, Gideon Van Boutrin, C2021 Leonard, as imaged from Dordrecht, New L this morning. The comet has brightened to the 8th magnitude, and I could easily see it. Once the moon is out of the way, it should already be observable in binoculars as well. It will get to its brightest magnitude, I think, somewhere between December 8th and the 12th. Some have predicted it could get to as low as a magnitude 1, which would be near what Comet Neowise got, which was a pretty impressive comet. And it was at 2019-2020. Heading into Thanksgiving on Thursday, the weather is supposed to be relatively calm, although there is going to be some wetness across the central part of the USA. But we can handle the wetness now, can't we? The French Prime Minister, Castex, tests positive for the coronavirus. I keep hearing everybody talking about some major winter wave that is coming at the beginning of December, around the 7th, but that is still 15 days away. So who knows? Stay tuned. But yeah, it'll be close to winter, so if it gets to freezing temperatures, that's no surprise. We have another heat wave for South America. Buenos Aires, Argentina hit 35.1 degrees Celsius, a monthly record in Tandil, and it's also hot in Uruguay and Chile for this time of the year. So it is not chilly in Chile. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. It's kind of ironic that I started the Asteroid Fight Club and then became your Planetary Defense Commander after that asteroid that exploded over Russia. Now tensions between Russia and the United States over Ukraine are higher than they might have ever been since I've been Planetary Defense Commander. Anywho, a NASA spacecraft will crash into a 525-foot asteroid in the fall of 2022. To prove a well-timed nudge could prevent widespread destruction here on Earth. Hey, I guess we'll take all the help we can get. Eric Berger, let's be honest, words like incident, sudden, and vibration are not the kinds of expression one wants to hear about the handling of a delicate and virtually irreplaceable instrument like the James Webb Space Telescope, which they've been working on since 1995. And so it's taken them 26 years and $10 billion to build what is supposed to be the telescope of the future. it has been delayed. Its launch was supposed to launch the day before my birthday on the 18th of December. It has now been pushed back to the soonest of the 22nd. And of course, if you know this telescope, it could get delayed again. Here we have major riots in Deutschland. And also, last night we had a case where, I was talking about the demon star energy of November. We had that, like, it's not safe to go to a concert. You had 10 people die at a concert here in Houston to kick the month off. And then last night, you had a guy who stabbed another man, and then to escape stabbing somebody, he drove through a full Christmas parade or holiday parade and ended up killing 5 people and injuring 48 people. I'm not going to show the video of that. But so, I don't know. It's not safe to go to a parade, asterisk. It's not safe to go to concert. It's just it's getting to be a more dangerous and dystopian world daily. Super bad news for Canada. They got hit super duper major hard by the atmospheric river about a week ago, is it? And they've got more atmospheric rivers on the way. Colorado, which has been seeing a major surge of coronavirus. Denver is preparing to announce a mask mandate. Chelsea, Fox, God, an unplanned release of a clamp has caused NASA's Webb telescope to be delayed. So I guess it was a clamp? Huh. Hey, here's some good news. Target to keep stores closed on Thanksgiving. For good. Russia has been building up troops and weapons at the Ukraine border, and then the USA and Russia have been arguing about the possibility of an invasion. Russia saying that's just the U.S. blowing smoke and trying to fearmonger, but while Russia's building up troops. And so, like I said, the tension between the USA and Russia seems to be as high as I can remember. Weather-wise, we don't have any risk of hazardous temperatures from the 30th to the 6th of December, so we're still watching out for those, rumored giant freeze downs. Evergreen intel could just as easily characterize the massing of Russian equipment at the Yinya as a result of Russian worries about NATO making a move on Belarus. Yinya location puts it within range to respond to any NATO action without Belarus itself. Yes, understandable that the recent Russian moves in Ukraine on top of the manufactured Belarus border refugee stream crisis have made everyone quite nervous, and definitely seems like there's no denying that there is definitely being a troop and weapons, tanks and stuff buildup happening. Hey, remember this Thanksgiving, remember the cranberry sauce, but forget the marijuana. Wait, what? Oh, this is an old ad. Terry was convinced to take a toke of a joint with his friend just to relax. Immediately after, Terry killed his friend who had given him marijuana in a murderous craze. Marijuana not so safe, is it? Marijuana not even once. Oh, Terry was convinced to take a toke of a joint with his friend just to relax. Immediately after, Terry killed his friend who had given him marijuana in a murderous craze. Not so safe, is it? That's a weird ad. Eric Fisher saying, hey, rumor has it that Thanksgiving weather could be super cool for Thanksgiving. I don't mean to trigger you, but I'm singing, come on, get happy. Towards the end of November, there's definitely not a lot of snow cover in the United States, but there's a little. But this guy is reporting that there are 100,000 troops deployed near the border with the Ukraine, and Putin's intentions are still unclear. Life downwind of Lake Superior, up Michigan, lake affects snow. Pardon the wind fog, but it's looking like winter wonderland out there. Yeah, the La Palma volcano activity has definitely been, I don't even know the word to describe it. Comic book distributors have been getting hit. There have been cascading distribution issues from shipping delays to the Diamond ransomware attack. But yeah, pretty much crime goes up across the board right before the holidays because everybody always wants extra money. Rumor has it is going to get purpliciously cold in Alaska around the 2nd of December. So super freezy, the NWS is describing it as, we're going back into the Ice Age. Oh no. U.S. Storm Watch, watching storms and then talking to us about it. Strong ridging over the next 10 days will keep California and much of the West dry, while continuing to drive the storm track into waterlogged Pacific Northwest and British Columbia. Current totals suggest by models would bring additional severe flooding to British Columbia and Washington. So here's the very bad news I'm talking about, where some of the areas that have been super duper hit hard, and that includes parts of Washington, look like over the next 2 weeks are going to start to get hit again hard by a whole lot of rain and parts of snow, whereas most of the United States will stay dry, except for possibly down in the south, down here for us in Texas. And I'm pretty easy to please, as long as I've got my very basics and my bills paid going into a holiday, I can pretty much maintain happiness, but the energy's just been so off. Mask mandate issued for Buffalo, New York, and other parts of Erie County. Betelgeuse, the star that has just been dimming and then brightening and then dimming, is back to its dimness of 93%. I find no joy in giving bad news, and especially giving bad news to Canadians. I don't know exactly what to say, says Tyler, but raw computer model guidance is disconcerting. More tropical moisture arrives before month's end, solidifying one of the wettest Novembers in recorded history for British Columbia. So yeah, it's more like 23 inches of rain, or I guess centimeters, 100 centimeters for some spots. Could be big problems again. But yeah, parade of storms resume in the Northwest after devastating floods and mudslides. Washington, D.C. could see first flakes. It could see snow before Colorado, which would be pretty weird that both the Capital Weather Gang and Catherine Prosovic agree on. But we'll have to continue to watching. We are going to watch a dump truck crash into a house because nobody got hurt, and that is a better metaphor for just how crazy these times are. Boom. Luckily, no one was home. In super duper duper weird Texas news, at least 100 QAnon supporters convinced JFK is coming back are still in Dallas. Today, they stood at a bridge over Dealey Plaza for the anniversary of the assassination of JFK. But JFK or JFK Jr. never showed up. People are reporting that Florida looks like the Grinch. You're as cuddly as a cactus, and you're as faithful as a stench. I guess stench isn't even a word. This was brought to us by Blake Matthews. Oh, it does kind of look like the Grinch. U.S. government warns of increased ransomware risks during the holidays. But yeah, calls are growing to bolster our asteroid Fight Club defense, and I couldn't agree more. Major mass bad flooding in South Africa. The George municipality has appealed to residents to stay off the roads as flooding has resulted in a number of road closures. This is in Africa. And do you know where we're looking at here? Can you take a guess? This is Egypt. And Egypt has had some pretty bad, nasty flooding and rains as well. Remember, just like a week ago, they had rain so bad it drove out a bunch of scorpions that killed like 10 people and injured 450 people. And then they've had rains so bad, I guess scorpions can't just run around because now there aren't a lot of dry places to go to. But so major flooding in Egypt and Africa, which I think technically are connected. Here, headline hunters are showing a rooftop fire near Rockefeller Center in New York. This was from like 9 hours ago. So yeah, I mean, it's just a super duper crazy, feels like the end of the world, the end times energy happening now, like all the time, every day. So it's understandable that a lot of people are feeling down or very pessimistic. But you know me, and I'm in a good mood 85% of the time. And so I stay optimistic 85% of the time, which seems unnatural these days, but that's just kind of how I am. And you should know that by now. Oh, hey, yeah, if you've been watching like over 2 or 3 years and you're doing pretty well, meaning you can take care of yourself, your family, your friends, and you've never made a THORnews contribution, and like let's say you've watched over 100 videos, now might be a really great time to make a contribution, because I have given my all to give you guys excellent information and try and guide us through the most challenging times ever. And even if you want to, go over the 438 and do your bonus and shit. Anyway, okay. And can I just say, once again, even though it might be petty of me, I just still can't believe that over time, so many celebrities have watched, but none like ever contribute. That is just so weird. Do you think the Illuminati forbids them to? Or they're just super duper cheap and are so used to people giving them stuff for free? I don't even know, man. Anyway, and I don't know. Everybody stay cool. And please, Asteroid Fight Club, don't let the fact that I'm showing you a wet weather dong right now lead you to believe that I don't super duper absolutely appreciate you and are grateful for you. Like, you guys have taken care of me, for years, and I do my best to do what I do, which is hopefully do it well. You guys have been wonderful, and I love this job, and I try to do a great job. Mike's weather page, he does a great job. Thanksgiving Day weather map, diagonal rains from Texas northeast, northwest rains, pretty cool, clear and crisp everywhere. And if I wasn't shadow banned, I wouldn't have to do a damn freaking donation every day. I've been stuck at 55,000 subscribers for a couple years now. I'm just like stuck. It basically doesn't move. It's so weird. And it's so hard for me to break 1,000 views now, no matter what story is or how fast it comes out. But I still churn it out. Yes, indeed. And then every once in a while I'll get super duper frustrated messages from who knows who, invisible hacker people who are like, you were supposed to have been gone by now. And I'm like, yeah, sorry. I'm still hanging around doing my thing. Here, we're looking at what happens when two stars supernova next to each other. Yeah, apparently it's a very energetic event. And it kind of reminds me of dating. I don't know, I haven't dated in like 4 years, but I used to remember it where, two people's energy fields commingle, or whatever term you want to use. Anyway, I really liked this graphic, so I'm showing it to you. Here, cool area of low pressure, non-tropical. And notice how it looks like, once again, they've separated the convection from the low. And I think at THORnews, the worst hurricane season for me, just having to guide through everything, it was 2017. That was crazy here. So the last 2 years compared to 2017, 2018, and I guess even 2019, have been a lot better, in my opinion. But if you've been with me for a couple of years, I usually just get super extra optimistic around the holidays. Like last year, I didn't even leave my house, really. And I got fat, I didn't really see anybody, and I was super alone. But I stayed in a good mood most of the time, especially during Christmas. I don't know why, dude. It's just a natural built-in thing. But hopefully everybody else in the world can get into more of a Christmas spirit. And I've definitely been leaving my house more in 2021. I think the thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that I called the virus accurately. And not only that, I warned of it, that something really horrible that was going to change the world was coming in 2020, and that happened. European think tank adds U.S. to list of backsliding democracies for the first time ever. Hey, thank you, God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, for this day. And you remember last year, and even at the start of this year, when people kept insisting that the coronavirus was just going to go away. It was just going to go away. It's just going to go away. Well, it's still here. And I've guessed, yeah, it'll probably go away sometime in the spring of 2022, which I think is my boldest prediction so far. But, remember, I've been saying that since the start of 2020, really. So, but we got to make it through dark winter number 2, and it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be easy. I think I insulted like 20% of the people who are listening now when I said that like the whole world is PMSing at the exact same time, which is something we've never dealt with, and why possibly World War III may fucking break out. But hang in there. I just still have a weird optimism that I will keep on keeping on. And then remember, at the end of the December, when Jupiter goes back into Pisces with Neptune, we're going to see a whole lot more flooding. That'll last for about 5 months, and then it'll definitely be more earthquakey and volcano-y. And at no point in time do I want to stir the pot. Do I want to trigger people? Do I want to like instigate conflict? But sometimes I like to make points if I can. And, it just seems weird to me that like Putin, who's 69, or even the crypto guys who are mostly like 50 or 40, or whoever really wants to try and start and pick a fight with our commander-in-chief, the dude is 79 years old. When I'm 79, I think I would be, you don't got a lot to lose. You're 79. That's like, I don't know. I'm just saying it's very weird. Everything is very weird. And I would appreciate it if everybody would de-escalate conflicts. I don't know if you know this. I take a whole lot of chances by continuing to do this YouTube channel. And if I was a millionaire or a billionaire, I would probably take a whole lot less chances. Joe Weisenthal, the situation at meat plants drives this point home. The companies could get away with poor pay and miserable safety conditions pre-COVID, and even at the start of COVID, when like some of the meat plants were forcing workers to come to work, and then it turned out that some of the head dudes were betting on which of their employees would survive, which of their employees would die, how many employees would get sick. And hey, guess what? Now they're having trouble recruiting workers, and the price of meat has been absolutely surging. And I want to say again, because I guess if you're in 20 minutes into the video, then you're probably with me for the long run ish. But that it's interesting to watch Americans, because Americans love to complain. Absolutely love to complain. So, you watch Americans complain about what's going on in Austria, or complain about what's going on in Australia. And so we aren't locking down at all. I haven't locked down. At times they tell you to wear a mask or go get vaccinated. But other than that, we aren't dealing with any of the shit that they're dealing with in other countries. So it's just interesting during these times for people to watch Americans freak out like, oh my God, they're locking down in Austria. That is so unfair. And I'm not saying it's not unfair, man, but it's like 215 different nations have been dealing with this for almost 2 years, and every single nation is different. I'm just saying we're lucky. Stock prices keep going up to new highs, which is no surprise. The worse shit gets. Just overall, stocks go up. And I want to say, like, Bitcoin dropped down to 55,000 today. And so I basically said I'm pretty sure crypto is going to crash around the Venus goes retrograde December 19th. And so it's a matter of trying to figure out the market top before then if you're going to sell. So you can always buy back in after the crash. And I think Bitcoin will be down until like 2023 because of Jupiter and Pisces. I remember I called Bitcoin accurately before when Jupiter went to Pisces. Was it talking about? Oh, and so I basically told y'all like I would sell at 63,000 a couple weeks ago. Although I would have missed it, the high when it went up to 68. But now it's dropped to like 55, 56,000. That, I don't know, if you would have sold at 63, then I still think that would have been a good exit point. And it may be the best exit point you get between now and the middle of December, but who knows? Like I said, I don't really have any crypto that I can access or touch, and I'm always pretty broke. So I don't know if you want to take financial advice from me. But yeah, right now Bitcoin is lower than it was in February. And remember, like, Bitcoin just freaking exploded right after the election. Went from like 3,000, 6,000 to like, boom, 60,000. And what really changed? And yeah, I'm just sick of like, I don't know, everybody talking about it all the time, nonstop for 2 years during a plague. And it's just so weird. Like, you can make up any shit you want to. Like, I keep hearing people talk about El Salvador plans to create a Bitcoin city, and they're going to build that city by turning their volcano into a power generating station. I'm like, oh, how is, I don't know, if a third world country going to turn a volcano into some grand electricity station when like nobody else has really done that? That doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. I guess, yeah, if I was totally sane, I'd be a pessimist too. Comet C 2021 A1 Leonard is approaching and will be very close to Venus in the next few weeks. Remember, when Venus gets when it gets closest and then it goes backwards, retrograde, it looks like it'll be going backwards in our sky. So right around my birthday, the 19th, that's when it goes retrograde. So weird. But this is Comet Leonard. Hopefully it won't be a bad omen, but, super depressing news. Jeff Berardelli, U.S. wildfires have killed 20% of the world's giant sequoias in 2 years. That's sad. Yeah, Canada, please watch out for the upcoming atmospheric rivers, Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, and so at times I have to, I don't know, power through because, now we're like into all bad news cycle. Dark Winter 2. But I really believe that the spring of 2022 is going to be much better. And so I'm hanging on till then. Hopefully I can. I don't know, man. But I think I'm going to get my booster shot from Moderna the day after Thanksgiving. So that could kill me. What a weird world we live in. But I'm going to take it. I really, really, really wish there was more romance, comedy, teamwork in this world. I just still don't think that our modern system really just doesn't reward good guys overall. Or it really hasn't been the case in a while. Yeah, Denver's record snowfalls tomorrow with 214 days without measurable snowfall, which is really weird for Denver, man. UN warns of colossal collapse of Afghan banking system. California disaster showing us what to me was kind of a weird California fire in Riverside yesterday. And you know, before the Taylor clone incident at the end of 2017, I don't know, people would show up and celebrate my THORnews anniversaries with me like every year. And then I got into a cursed scenario. Here we have Elon Musk talking about, I aspire to comedy. And I don't know. Me too, bro. Me too. But I have to be like naggy, or whatever that is. Michigan COVID cases go higher than ever before in Michigan. Only 54% of the state are fully vaccinated. And yeah, remember, I mean, I'm pro-choice on vaccines. I don't think you can force people to take a vaccine if they don't want it. But, you know, I don't know, not having anything locked down and then only having like 50 or 60% of the people vaccinated. Yeah, the winter's gonna be weird. We could see up to, you know, the very worst peak we had was like 4,400 American COVID deaths in one day in January and February of 2021. And I think we could get back up to 2,500 to 3,000 deaths again a day. So, you know, I think we could see some dark days, especially up north. Yeah, we're all going into the second pandemic winter like nobody trusts anybody now. And we're all very tired. But hey, I guess if you're Godzilla, you can tread wherever you want. Michael Palmer, if you want sustained and robust cold in the U.S., that blob of below average water in the Gulf of Alaska needs to go away. Otherwise, brief and mostly seasonal cold shots are on the menu. And so, yeah, I think we're going to have a mild winter. And the one good thing that's happened, my hackers went freaking nuts and all the time, definitely over like the last 2 months-ish, but around the 7th or 8th, they just kind of stopped and haven't messed with me at all. And so that has been great. And so I appreciate that. So I'm not trying to poke anybody with a stick, but I'm just saying like, hey, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a mild winter, but I definitely think we're going to see some big shots of major cold and freeze downs, but I don't think it'll be super long lasting. I don't think this is going to be the worst winter we've seen even in the last 20 years. But I do think we're going to get some type of major, massive, oh my God, storm on around Christmas Eve. I can almost guarantee you. But it could be like even a volcano. It may be a major winter storm. Could be an earthquake. Who knows, bro? But we do know that we have some storm that'll probably kill a bunch of people around Christmas Eve. So it would be great if we could team up and prepare for it. But I don't know. We haven't been good at teaming up so far. Here, satellites are showing us widespread landslides and rockfalls, mostly debris, along the anticlines of Zagos, triggered by the 6.3 and 6.4 earthquakes that happened earlier in November. Yeah, you've had like multiple nights of major riots in France, in the Netherlands, in Dutch, in a lot of places are in Europe. They're just freaking out over whatever measures that the governments are trying to enact. Once again, I circle back to like everybody's PMSing. And so try not to. So we need super cool people to show up with magic chocolate that calms everybody the F down. Or maybe they could legalize and hand out Valium. I don't know. It would just be really great. I don't know, even as a Texan, I'm looking to like Elon and Joe Rogan, who are now like the kings of Texas. Like, all right, what can we do to not trigger everybody and fire everybody up for dumbass politics? And to so that like Texas can make it through the dark winter the best way possible. That's like my overall feeling with like everybody, but I don't know, man. What a weird timeline we have. All right, I'm going to show the video. Although in this video, nobody's getting hit. In this video, you're about to see from the Wisconsin where the guy stabbed somebody, and then to escape stabbing somebody, he just drove through a parade. In this video, nobody gets run over in this video, You can kind of see this is the parade street. So for some guy to be doing 80 miles an hour, and then he plowed into the parade at 80 miles an hour. I don't know, dude. It's just very dark and dystopian demon star energy right now. And so the next, it's like the demon groundhog came out, saw a shadow, and was like, yeah, the next 3 months are going to be really dark and dangerous, and unhappiness is going to dominate. And so I'm going to be here trying to be a beacon of light for y'all, if I can, and even myself, and trying to get funny again. And I'm going to try and stay cool, thankful, grateful for my family, for my friends, for Asteroid Fight Club, for the possibility of a better future. Because that's the type of guy I am. Okay? And I'm thankful to you guys, Asteroid Fight Club. And, if you guys would like me to get to my goal and even go a little bit over it as thanks, because, man, what a weird 9 years. I've given you guys my everything. But thank you to everybody out there who's even watched me once. But especially thank you to Sean and Xtina. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you again, Greg. Thank you again, Irene. Thank you again, Christine. Thank you again, Courtney. Thank you again, Charles. Thank you again, David. Thank you again, Rod. Thank you again, Dennis. Thank you again, Cody. Thank you again, Bruce. Thank you again, JCR. Thank you again, Catherine. Thank you again, Amy. Thank you again, Carmen. Thank you again, Andrea. Thank you again, Michelle. Thank you again, Sunlight, Starlight, Angel. Thank you again, Nancy. Thank you again, DWP. Thank you again, Texas Angel. Thank you again, Wizard of Oz. Thank you again, Alexis. And there's a special Alexis out there. I saw her at a concert. She danced for like an hour. Could have been one of the most beautiful women I'd ever seen my entire life. I will never forget that night. So yeah, thank you again, Alexis. Thank you again, Lauren. Thank you again, Richard. Thank you again, Barbara. Thank you again, Glenda. Thank you again, Arnica. Thank you again, Light Soul. Thank you again, Dan. Thank you again, Marlita. Thank you again, Brian. Thank you again, Ann. Thank you again, KJ. Thank you again, Max. And thank you again, anyone who's ever watched my channel for even a minute. And definitely thank you if you made it to the very end of this video, which is like 33 minutes. It's a weird world after all. So come on, get happy. Yeah, man. I'm definitely looking forward to Jupiter in Pisces and then Jupiter in Aries. The whole Jupiter through Capricorn and then Jupiter through Aquarius has not been my favorite. And, I'm trying to be cool with everybody. And all the crypto bros, man, like, you're going to lose some of your power-ups when Jupiter goes into Pisces. You had a preview of what that was like before. And so, I don't know, everybody gets their turn at the table, asterisk. And so just try to be cool and help everybody. Just try to be cool. It's going to be a rough, weird, wild, damn December. So don't let the demons take over your mind. Find your inner strength and inner power. Mine comes through God, Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and all my friends, family, and Asteroid Fight Club. I don't know where yours come from in animals, the coolness of animals, but I don't know. I hope we all make it to better places together here and beyond. All right. God bless everyone. Talk to y'all soon. Stay cool. Hey, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow for my 29-year anniversary. My horoscope was like, you will have severe money problems and you will be very disappointed. And I was like, well, so it's been like, every anniversary I've had since 2017 or, 2018, the whole Rogue Taylor clone thingy, which is weird. Okay. But everything's weird. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Have a happy Thanksgiving and have a happy holidays and Merry Christmas. I think I'll talk to y'all soon. Okay. God bless y'all. And hit the button, baby. And hopefully some of my edited videos will return soon. Peace out.